Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 6, Text 108. This is a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 6.431. Yachaktayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada samvada bhuvo bhavanti kurvanti chaisham muhuratma moham tasmai namo ananta gunaya bhumne. Yachaktayo, by whose energy, vadatam vadinam vai, those who are contending and opposing, those who make one proposition and those who oppose that proposition. Vivada samvada bhuvo bhavanti. Vivada samvada. So there is vivada is dispute and samvada is conversation. Bhuvo, bhavanti, they become. So in the process of disputing through discussion and argumentation, through discussion and argumentation, kurvanti chaisham muhuratma moham. So by his energy, what does his energy do? Kurvanti, it makes people quarrel, and chaisham, of them muhuratma moham. The result is atma moham. They stay deluded, unable to understand what is what. Tasmai namo ananta gunaya vibhumne. Tasmai namo. Therefore, and I offer my obeisances to that Lord, ananta gunaya, who has unlimited qualities. Bhumne, who is the Supreme. This is a fascinating way of appreciating the Supreme Lord, of offering obeisances to the Supreme Lord. And here it is, this is being quoted by Gopinath Acharya as a more or less a conclusion of the discussion by saying that the inconclusiveness is itself indicative of illusion. So here we see a glimpse of a devotee's attitude towards debates and argumentation. We see that the devotee does not hesitate in trying to persuade others, to help others understand the truths of life. At the same time, if the process becomes too argumentative and it is becoming argumentative and inconclusive, then the devotee just ceases from the debate. Now we are not interested in fighting for fighting's sake. We will see in this context that whereas Gopinath Acharya ceased from the debate over here, what he was not able to do, Lord Chaitanya was able to do later. Lord Chaitanya convinced and converted Sarvam Bhattacharya. So, what this means is that we as devotees need to have a healthy dose of humility. That different devotees have different capacities for outreach. And based on individual capacity, will vary in terms of how much we are able to convince others. And generally speaking, we need to study the philosophy systematically, scrutinizingly, and be able to present and train ourselves to present it effectively. At the same time, logic and argumentation are skills, and different people will have different levels of skills. So if we find that with our level of knowledge and skill, we are not able to counter a particular person, then it is best to desist from the debate. We don't have to spoil that relationship by alienating that person. We need to see things from a broader perspective. And what is the broader perspective? That we are not just, it's not I versus he or she. It is not we versus they. It is ultimately we are, we and they are both parts of the Supreme. We are both energies of the Supreme. And we are both subject to coming under the illusory energy, subject to being dragged by the lower modes. And when we see this, then we understand that rather than getting carried away by the lower modes, we understand that the illusory energy is controlled by the Supreme Lord. And as Srila Prabhupada wrote in his Jalduta prayers, the Arkine Bhagavata Dharma, Tomara ichhaya sab hoy maya rapash, Tomara ichhaya nasha maya raparash. So he says, Mayavash, that it is by your will that all living beings have come under illusion, and if it is your will, they will also come out of illusion. And it is my desire, O Lord, that they be delivered. So if that is also your desire, then please make my words understandable to them. So here we see such a Krishna-centered vision of outreach. Srila Prabhupada is not thinking that I have so much knowledge, I have so much logic, I have so much charisma, by my power I will convince others. He is thinking that it is so Krishna controls me, Krishna controls this person, and if Krishna desires to free this person from illusion, then Krishna will give me the words and use me as an instrument to free this person. So therefore, I pray to Krishna. Now, a similar Krishna-centered vision of debate is being depicted in this verse, wherein it is said that when people are fighting, actually, they are fighting, they are debating, and muhuratma moha, essentially, the debate just goes on, and atma moham, people forget their true identity and their true purpose in the process of arguing. How is that? Because once we start arguing with someone, it becomes very much a I versus we versus they, I versus he or she. And then with that attitude, it's very difficult to focus on Krishna. And even the I becomes a material conception of the I. And I want to prove I am right, and I will prove that you are wrong. So, when that happens, then Atma Moham. We forget who we are, and we forget what our purpose is. Our purpose is not just to prove intellectually the superiority of our thought system over someone else's thought system. Our goal is not to prove the correctness of our opinion and the wrongness of someone else's opinion. Our purpose is to help others to come closer to Krishna. And that can't happen unless we learn to keep Krishna in the center and see Krishna's connection with whatever is happening. So if a person is arguing too much, and that means we understand that it is by Krishna's energy that this person is being directed in a particular way. And if it is Krishna's energy which is directing this person, then I cannot counter Krishna's energy. I am a servant of Krishna, So I'll pray to Krishna to, if he wills and when he wills, help this person come to truth. Now, we may say, doesn't Krishna always will that a person come to the truth? Yes, Krishna is Surdam Sarva Bhutanam. Krishna is the well-wisher of all living beings, and he does want everyone to come to truth. At the same time, it is not that Krishna overrides other people's individual free will. He has given all of us free will, and we need to direct our will, and each of us has to individually choose to direct our will towards Krishna. And Mattah Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 15.15, that from me come knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. So, Krishna gives us intelligence according to our desires and intentions and aspirations. And Krishna knows the right time when to give spiritual intelligence, and we need to have faith in Krishna's plan and pray to Krishna to, if he so desires, make us a part of his plan. Srila Prabhupada prayed that, no, if it is your desire that they be delivered, then please make my words understandable to you. This verse takes a similarly Krishna-centered vision of debate, that when two people start arguing endlessly, then both of them get deluded and both of them forget the purpose of life. And how wonderful it is that although both of them have intelligence, the illusory energy has perverted their intelligence so that they got caught in a debate without understanding or pursuing the ultimate purpose of life. And that Lord, whose energy can delude even such intelligent people, I offer obeisances to such a Lord. Thank you.